Boy, if I talk about, there's almost as many the toys that defined blah, 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 blah articles as there are holiday Christmas songs. This is the latest one. 7 famous toys that define the 20th century. I disagree with almost all of these. From thecollector.com. Number 1, I'll give it to them just for the fact that it's stuck around and you can use it to gamble. Marbles. My mom still has hers. The simple concept of small solid balls as toys go back thousands of years. But in the modern era, the marbles we recognize today were mass produced in 1903. It spawned the British and World Marbles Championship in 1938, and kids have gone on to collect them. Do they anymore? I almost wonder. That's one of those
Absolutely not.
That was yeah. You don't see kids with little flat caps flipping marbles, see, in the parking lot.
No.
You know, like while some guy's hitting a little hula hoop in the background. That's yeah. But I almost feel like that's a thing that could make a comeback. Delvin, you might be too young, but I grew up in this weird sweet spot where yo-yos made a comeback, and it wasn't just like those plastic kinds. It was like these handmade wooden ones that were supposed to be the Cadillac of yo-yos. And every kid tried to learn these yo-yo tricks and then got sick of it. And it went as quickly as it came. But that's an old school thing that made a comeback. I could see marbles doing the same. Maybe not.
I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this. Yo-yos made a comeback like in the 90s, too.
Yeah.
Like a big comeback.
Oh, really?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, because it was an
Everybody had
80s thing,
yo-yos
too.
and doing tricks and stuff like that. With
Walk the dog, I think, was a trick with
Yeah.
the yo-yo where it would just like be spinning down at the bottom. You could cat's cradle it.
I don't have any coordination for that type of stuff. That's why it just would drive me nuts. I'm going to save number 2 for last because I have a follow-up story for that one. But for number 3 is Legos, of course. Either these are fill in the blank or...
See, with Legos now, what they're doing is, God, what is it called? They buy the rights to like different things. So
Yes.
there's Star Wars Legos. There's, Barbie Legos. So it's not necessarily the Lego that the kids want, but it's the brand associated with that specific
Correct.
box of
franchise.
Lego,
Were you a Lego guy?
I'm a Lego guy now. Like I
Yeah.
have like a few collectible Lego boxes. I have Optimus Prime. I have the Back to the Future set. I have a couple of them.
The Legos now are made for adults. I mean, I could not even begin to do them as an adult, much less as a kid. The only time I liked Legos was when they were in Happy Meals because they were simple, they were cheap, and they had little instructions so you couldn't fuck it up.
Seems like Bill can't do complicated toys.
No.
He likes
might be
toys he can look at,
Yes.
or it has one feature.
Yes. And then invariably I lose that feature
Yeah.
and get very angry.
Bobby?
The beauty of these toys is you can see like the children's mental illness that it's leaning into. So like marbles is OCD, you got to collect them, you can't lose any.
Yes.
Then you've got Yo-Yo Omega. Does your kid have ADHD and can't sit still? Here, put a ball in his hands. Then you got Lego. It's like, hey, is your kid autistic? Well, if he likes something, he can build with it. And like just the whole way down, it leans into whatever these kids are going through.
You're so right.
Well, if that's the case, they're a lot smarter than they used to be because...
Does your daughter have body dysmorphic disorder? Barbies.
Exactly.
Good
Which is
segue,
why-
number 3.
Oh, wow.
Boy, I wonder how much that movie has changed the overall Barbie market. Not that it needed help, but it's just got to be huger now. Huger. Barbie was launched by Ruth Handler from Mattel in 1959, and it was almost I didn't know this, almost a direct copy of the German Bild Lilly doll. The famous toy has spawned an entire franchise: cosmetics, books, stationery, television series, video games, and of course, most famously, this summer's Margot Robbie Greta Gerwig version. I recall you saying you didn't really play with Barbies.
I had a few, but no, I was more interested in crafts. That was what I did as a kid. Anything with glitter, which I'm sure my parents hated.
You're kind of a gay man.
Yes.
Yes.
And I remembered they got a huge cardboard box that a new couch came in, and I turned it into a clubhouse, which means I just cut a window in it and just drew all over it with markers. I was more into that kind of stuff as toys. Also,
creative.
Also, that was cheap and free.
And your mom liked that. And she
really
liked the
liked
fact
that.
that you would disappear into the box for a day or so.
Yep.
And she didn't have to deal with you.
My daughter's the same way. Exactly.
Just turns likes the stuff that the thing came in, rather
Yes,
than
like
the
she
thing
loves
itself.
art stuff.
Yes.
She never got into Barbie. She loved art stuff. As a matter of fact, I just found out this year that she likes Barbie. Like she went out when she wanted to see the movie, but otherwise than that, she never asked for a Barbie doll or anything like that as a kid.
There's not a whole lot you can do with them.
I think that's why.
I'm always impressed with Halloween costumes with a twist. And one came, I think this is only my generation. One came as a Make Me Pretty Barbie, and they were just the head. And it was just a giant Barbie head.
I
You could
remember
do
that.
stuff, yeah. And she just came as this giant Barbie head rather than Barbie herself. I was like,
Well,
that's
it's
cute. Well, I like that.
training the next generation of hairdressers.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes. And every girl, and also letting every girl know that they must only be known for their looks.
Yeah.
Very powerful. I don't even know if there's a Make Me Pretty Barbie anymore. It's probably 2000. This one I had a problem with because I am old enough to remember Matchbox cars, the precursor to Hot Wheels, but it is indeed Hot Wheels. They were invented in 1968. They were the direct competition of Matchbox until 1997. When Mattel just bottomed straight up. You know what the delightful thing about Matchbox cars were? In the 50s, they actually came in Matchbox boxes.
Oh, that's cool.
They were that little tiny, and then Mattel just completely copied them.
When I see this image, I already have all the other senses.
I have those.
I know what it feels like and sounds like to pick one of them up and shake it.
Yeah.
You know, the little tires just kind of rattling in there, slightly tinny kind of sound. Yeah.
I legit had about 3 of the ones in that picture. That's unbelievable. Maybe they didn't make as many as I thought. Look at that.
I appreciate that those things were just strong as heck. You can ram them against a wall.
Absolutely.
Just
oh,
fine.
yeah. And that really appealed. I liked arranging things. Like, I just like displaying them. But getting a whole bunch of something and putting it on a window. See, I couldn't do Legos. I wasn't smart enough for that. I just like putting things over. And
You would just put each Lego piece next to each other.
and then my mom would pretend to be impressed. Oh, that's very good, Bill. You can lift something.
Funny.
Make a line with it. In this, I like this. 2018, Hot Wheels has organized an annual event called the Hot Wheels Legends Tour. 18 events are held across the United States, through which people can enter their own cars to be copied, reformatted as classic Hot Wheels toys.
Ooh.
That is
cool.
Every big kid could get behind that.
That is cool.
Oh, what a conversation starter at the next barbecue when you got a big ass fucking flames on the side, Hot Wheels in your garage and your side driveway. Here's another one I don't like: Monopoly. 1903. Originally called the landlord's game, as a way to show an economic.
Terrible name.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, this is the pitch. It's a way to show an economic system that rewards individuals is better than one where monopolies exist. That's how they were trying to sell it. Parker Brothers acquired. Line up, kids. Parker Brothers acquired it in the 30s and produced their version in 1991. Parker Brothers was absorbed into Hasbro. Over 315 million units of the famous game have been sold. It's all about dominating the market, accumulating wealth, and forcing your opponents into bankruptcy. That is, I bet it was at its heights in the 80s, through ownership of people and services and utilities. I mean, my problem with it is the same old cliche. It goes on fucking forever.
Yes.
You never
Yeah, it
know
does.
when or how you're going to win. I barely remember the rules of this.
I don't know that I ever played a full game of it as a kid.
Yeah, it's like Trivial Pursuit too. Like we did the Schultz rules, where if you land on the color, then you get the question in the thing. Otherwise, it just goes forever.
Yeah.
Monopoly, you never know when it ends. But are you guys a big board game house? I don't even know if kids play board games anymore.
I have quite a few Monopoly boards because, you know, much like the Lego thing, they have collectible Monopoly boards. So I got probably 10 of them.
Wow.
I remember
'cause
there was a time where everything was a Monopoly board. You could buy your own baseball team as a Monopoly board.
Yes.
With the various streets around and stuff like that. Yeah, that was I guess it's still a big thing.
Yeah, I have 3 Transformers boards from
Oh, I
different
love
versions
it.
of Transformers, like the 80s, the movies, and it's another one, I think.
See, we have such completely the exact same taste, and then this whole Jaws thing. It makes my head nuts. Okay, and then this one, oh, by the way, as you guys have already heard from my end, you can guess where my opinion lies on the last one. Rubik's Cube. Hope you're sitting for this. Never solved it. Got sick of it. Threw it. Maybe I took off the colors and tried to fake it. But the Rubik's Cube,
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you solve it.
So I just recently heard that there is, I don't know if you call it strategy or rules for how to solve a Rubik's Cube. It's like a series of like a 1-2 that once you get the base sort of colors situated, if you do the 1-2 moves just all the way around, you'll solve it, which seems less fun to me because then it's just a chore.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Speed cubing has become a popular pastime, and tournaments are held to find out who can solve a Rubik's Cube in the fastest time. Du Yusheng of China currently holds the record at 3.47 seconds. So he's really nailed that strategy.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get. It doesn't seem fun. I get the look. The look is very alluring, very 80s. It's a clever idea, I suppose.
Who is Rubik?
He did a lot of other games, but this was the one that really hit.
But like, it's a person's name?
Mm-hmm. He was an inventor. Ernyo Rubik. Let's see where he's from. Doesn't say.
Huh.
I'm
So
assuming.
it's Rubik's Cube. Huh.
Yes. Isn't it great when she figures it out for herself?
For him. Yeah, I never knew like what it meant or what it was. Oh, here he
here,
is. Look at
this.
him.
There was I had a couple of Rubik's toys, and I was terrible at all of them. The cube was certainly the number.
Oh, you get time to look at it first?
Look at that. That doesn't. Yes! By the way, he looks exactly the way I thought he would look. I remember when I was reading this, I'm like, I bet that guy doesn't have abs. I bet that guy does not look like he works out before he plays the Rubik's Challenge.
Wait, by the way, I love the teenage boy who's like, away from the table. Nobody touch the cube.
Every teenage boy likes being in that position. Some sort of bit of authority. Look, hey, come on, guys. No.
Wow.
That would be my job. I couldn't do the Rubik. I'd be the guy that's like, guys, come on. We got to have the record people come over here.
Wow. That is impressive.
Number 2, iconic, is, of course, the teddy bear. I think that this is more big because it really ushered in the age of stuffed animals. Of course, Mississippi, 1902, Theodore Roosevelt invited to a bear hunting competition. Many people killed a bear. Poor Teddy didn't. Boy, he loved killing them animals. Roosevelt's attendants, however, caught a bear and tied it to a tree. They suggested that Roosevelt shoot that bear, but he was disgusted and deemed the action unsportsmanlike. By the way, are we that impressed that he did this? Who wouldn't be like, yeah, guys, this sort of takes some of it out of it? Like, it's just a bear tied to a fucking tree. Walk over, execute it. Okay. The incident spawned a cartoon that depicted the event, but the bear was drawn as smart and small and cute. Teddy's Bear was born, and the depiction of the bear would be realized further as a stuffed toy that goes on to influence culture to the point of Rupert the Bear, Winnie the Pooh, Paddington, etc. It is still a thing. And you liked your stuffed animals because you stole one.
Yeah, when I was a child. Wait.
No, yesterday.
Teddy's Bear now has me thinking about women's lingerie that we call a teddy. Why do we do that?
Oh, yeah. Why do we do that?
I don't know, but we should look into it. Because did Roosevelt have something to do with that?
I was thinking that myself. Like,
I didn't.
Roosevelt was
A little teddy. Like, right? That's weird.
Well, also, I recall being weird. What was his name? The talking bear.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin. There was an uncanny valley going on there. But that was when it was first like, oh my God, the future is here. Because this motherfucker could talk for a while. He told stories and shit, right?
Yes, you put a tape in his back and he'd tell you a story. Well, all he was doing, his mouth was just moving as the story was told. He wasn't doing anything.
Yes, it looked like it was a dubbed kung fu movie in 1963, as far as the matching is concerned. But because this is, guys, oddly, surprisingly, there are not many of these left. But okay, well, here we go. Named after its inventor, Theodore Bear. That's no, that's bullshit. I almost fell for that. I can't believe this is why I could never finish a Lego. All right, is this the actual one? The teddy, formerly known as the envelope chemist, began around 1911 and was worn next to the skin, replacing the bra and panties, or over the bra like a slip. It was often referred to as a teddy bear. Well, again, it came straight from the bear, or teddy bear suits. The terms have been shortened over the years and now are just commonly called teddy. So it comes directly from the teddy bear.
But I've never seen a teddy bear wearing a little silky number.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Victoria's Secret hasn't done that. Sell little bears wearing teddies at their
They
shops.
might have.
I bet you.
Maybe that's that shirt Winnie the Pooh's wearing.
Yeah.
Honestly, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
To this day,
I know.
to this day, anytime I see someone that shirt, it's just you go straight to Winnie the Pooh.
I did see once, and it was adorable. Oh, God, it's like a meme somewhere. I don't even know if you could find it. But I think it's like Mickey Mouse standing next to Winnie the Pooh. And Winnie the Pooh does not have a shirt on, and he's cold. And so Mickey Mouse, who only wears shorts.
They're both perverts in their own way.
Yes.
It was like maybe a larger, like pants or a longer pair of shorts or like a whole getup. But he cuts it off and hands it to Winnie the Pooh. And that's why Mickey Mouse only has the bottoms and Winnie the Pooh only has the top. Oh, here it is. Look how adorable.
That's
He
really
cuts off his little thing.
That's pretty close.
So in case you have a child who asks, just show them this because I think it's cute.
That's
wait,
you're watching a rare episode where we actually see
What's the
Joanne having a
caption?
heart.
Your great. I do not have my glass now. Your greatness is not what you have, but what you give.
I gotta
You
get better at gifts than
guys.
that.
So Winnie the Pooh is poor.
Yes.
And really naked. And
Yeah.
it's still pretty. And by the way, Mickey really didn't cover the offending bits. I get it. Now he's got a nice little bear bra on, but I don't know. There's still a lot of stuff on there that's problematic. Well, you guys, Teddy Roosevelt and that bear, of course, went global. And guys, I sent an email with a picture of this fucking thing because they're hard to find because they're collector's items now. But not to be outdone, William Howard Taft, our fattest president, came into office right after Teddy. And while running for president, they decided, well, fuck the teddy bear. We're going to make the Billy Possum. As you can imagine, this was 1908. They are now collector's items. Did not go as successful as the teddy bear, particularly as they say, there is an actual JPEG of the stuffed possum in the email.
Possums are
There we go.
creepier.
Look at that. There is the
Like a
Billy
serial killer.
Possum. Oh, but yeah, because possums are horrifying looking. And also the backstory isn't as good. Basically, the president-elect was honored at a banquet in Atlanta, and Taft's request, the main course was possum and taters. It's a different time, guys. A toasty pile of sweet potatoes topped with an 18-pound whole cooked opossum. Taft gobbled up the marsupial, the entire 18-pound possum. Actually, I take this back. This is a great story. So quickly that a nearby doctor advised him to slow down. When Taft's belly was stuffed, local boosters presented the president to be with a small plush opossum. This sounds planned. The toy they told Taft was destined to be the next big thing. It was a little bit of a hit when it first came out, but again, people don't like possums. They didn't like the story, and it went as quickly as the Taft administration. Although I will tell you this, I wish I had one of those Billy Possums now. Got to be worth a fucking fortune.
You know, when you said it, I initially thought you were going to say that you created like Laffy Taffy. I'm like, this is the man.
Oh,
Taft,
Dumb
you
possum.
should've.
Like, get this
so
outta here.
much better. Although also probably just as equally difficult to digest as a possum.
Yes.
The taffy sticks with you.
Are there any other marsupials we currently eat?
You got to ask an Australian. The only marsupial in America is the possum. The rest are over in Oz.
Okay.
I'm sure they eat some of them.
I don't know.
Well, I'm told kanga meat can be good.
Okay.
We had a caller that said as much.
Oh, yes.
As a marsupial.
Yes.
The trick is if they have a pouch, then, or if they have got some sort of weird distended eyes like the possum, which again doesn't make for the best gift. But boy, oh yeah, I would. And also, it would be such a. If I had that possum, it would be such a conversation starter. If I had people over at my place.
Bill, you have enough conversations you start.
Delvin gave me my best one, the still boxed Optimus, that is front and center. And Joe just felt like you were giving a drug addict more drugs, but it's the best gift I ever gave.
Why are you doing that?
It's the best gift. There it is. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Oh, I love it so much. And that's the original. None of those updated ones that you've now memorized, Joe, from being forced to watch those commercials with me.
Well, I mean, that box, you can tell, that's like old.
Well, and do you have the one now where you can control Optimus on the phone and it can do push-ups?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
someone got it for me as a birthday gift.
I gotta get that. I like
it's awesome.
Maybe I could pool my money with my brother and we just give it to the nephew and then we just play with it.
Yeah,
they don't get it at all.
It's not cheap at all.
Oh God, yeah. Although but I love controlling.
You know what? Just send Bill a video of you playing with it, and he'll probably be just as happy.
That's a good idea.
All right.